Há 50 dias das eleições, um vídeo causa polêmica nos Estados Unidos. O candidato republicano Mitt Romney aparece criticando os americanos e diz que a metade do eleitorado vota em Obama por ter se tornado dependente do Estado. O vídeo, feito com uma câmera escondida, mostra Romney ironizando os eleitores democratas e chamando-os de vítimas. Ele afirma que 47% dos votos são para Obama, já que o governo precisa tomar conta dos pobres e desempregados que não pagam impostos. Romney ainda disse que nunca vai conseguir convencer esses eleitores de assumir as próprias responsabilidades e tomar as rédeas da vida. As imagens foram divulgadas na internet por uma publicação de esquerda durante um ato de arrecadação de fundos do partido.
Uma câmera escondida num evento para simpatizantes milionários de Romney na Flórida mostrou o candidato à vontade, falando demais. Romney declarou ainda que os palestinos não querem a paz e estão dispostos a destruir Israel.
Alguns comentaristas políticos norte-americanos consideram que esse vídeo pode significar a derrota de Romney nas eleições de 6 de novembro.
Because the table is small enough and the room is intimate enough, I'd like to spend our time responding to questions you have, listening to advice you might have. Occasionally, as I did just a moment ago, I get envelopes like that, and I'll open this and there'll be campaign ideas. Why don't you talk about the following issues? So I'm happy to take advice, and then we can all vote on it, whether it's a good piece of advice or bad advice. And so we'll get a chance to do that. But I'm looking to get your perspectives. I just tell you a couple of things you may not know about me. You probably know that I'm father of 5 and grandfather now of 18. My oldest son just had twins just last week, and so our grandchild nest is getting larger, and they're a source of great joy. When I was probably halfway through my career at Bain Consulting, I met with a lawyer to draft a will. And she said, how do you want to divide what estate you might eventually have? And I said, I didn't have anything at that point. I said, I want to divide it equally among my 5 sons. And she said, well, how much will you want to give to the grandchildren that they will ultimately have? And I said, well, I don't want to give anything to the grandchildren. I'll give it to the sons, and they in turn will give it to their children as needed. And she said, you'll change your mind. I said, no, I don't think so. So I saw her not long ago, and I said, I don't want to give anything to my sons. I want to give You lost Samantha's vote. To do that, how much of that gets picked up? There's so many things that don't get picked up in a campaign because people aren't watching yet. By the way, most people don't watch during the summer. I said we're going to go into a season here starting from mid-June or almost with no attention paid. Then after Labor Day, September, October, that's when we'll get the clock.
For the last 3 years, all everybody's been told is, don't worry, we'll take care of it. How are you going to do it in 2 months before the elections to convince everybody you got to take care of yourself?
Well, there are 47% of the people who will vote for the president no matter what. All right, there are 47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe that government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they are entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it. But it's an entitlement, and the government should give it to them. And they will vote for this president no matter what. And I mean, the president starts off with 48, 49, 40, he starts off with a huge number. These are people who pay no income tax. 47% of Americans pay no income tax. So our message of low taxes doesn't connect. And he'll be out there talking about tax cuts for the rich. I mean, that's what they sell every 4 years. And so my job is not to worry about those people. I'll never convince them that they should take personal responsibility and care for their lives. What I have to do is convince the 5 to 10% in the Senate that are independent, that are thoughtful, that look at voting one way or the other depending upon, in some cases, emotion, whether they like the guy or not, what it looks like. I mean, we ask those people, I mean, we do all these polls. I find it amazing. We poll all these people to see where you stand in polls. But 45% of the people will vote for the Republican, and 48 or 49